Hello, this is Carrie again, and I am back with another video. So thank you guys for watching, and let's get started. So first things first is this book is called Curious Creatures by Millie Marotta. This is her fourth book. She's done some in between, but those were like special editions and different covers and things like that. The other thing is I want to thank the publisher for sending me a copy of this book to review. Let's see here. Reading, lots of reading. You guys know how I feel about reading in my coloring books. I'm not gonna do it. Sorry. This book is like it features some unusual creatures. And actually, she lists the creatures in the back, but I would prefer that they were listed on the page itself. But they are listed in the back of the book. This book retails for $14.95, but I saw it on Amazon earlier today for just under $7. I saw it earlier today for just under $7. And let's see here, you got your 2-page spreads that she does in this book. I think in this one there is some space in between, so you can actually do both of the entire spread. So I think that that's another thing that is different here. The paper here is also really good. This is a platypus. As you can see, the book is double-sided, and as I said earlier, it's relatively thick paper. I think these are narwhals, and then these are more for you to do more filling in, but this would be perfect for tracing and doing in watercolor paper. It is 9.8 by 9.8 inches, so like I said, it's a relatively big book. These are some sort of moss, I think. It's 96 pages, and I think that includes some of the in between the earlier pages that we saw. So it's not 96 pages of art. I think the actual art is probably closer to 90 pages, maybe a little less. These are, I think these are praying mantis right here, but like I said, she does have a page in the back that tells you what the animals are, and I think she also hammerhead sharks, I think these are, and then I think she also has a website where she talks more in depth about the animals that are featured in this book, which are not your typical coloring book animals of butterflies and things like that. Some of these animals is like, I want to look in the back, but I feel like it would be disruptive to look in the back right now. These I know are anemones. And I think she tells you which anemones these are. Not only that they're anemones, but which ones they are. These are your camels. And this is, I feel like saying this is a fennec fox, but I don't know if that's correct. But it will be listed in the back. This is definitely a squid of some sort. A pair of, I think this is a pair of squid. I want to say. Let's see here. These are some sort of fish. That's why I wish they were kind of listed on the page itself, but I understand why they put it in the back. It's probably easier to design and to print by putting them in the back. Let's see here, more insects of various kinds. This is a swordfish, I think it's called. This is, I couldn't figure out which penguin it is, but then, like I said, it's in the back. I just didn't check. I want to say this is an Adelie penguin, but I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, I did this with all sorts of different things. This is done with Albert Dürer watercolor pencils. This section is done with Polychromos. This is also done with Polychromos. And this was done with Albert Dürer watercolor pencils. And what I did here with this one is I just drew it in with a watercolor pencil, and then I went in and I used water. But for this, I put the pencil down on another page, and then I picked up the paint and I painted it on here. So that's why it kind of goes in shades, because I pick up the paint from another piece of paper, and that's how I did both of these. And that was a lot of fun. Sorry about that. I yawned once in another video. Somebody got very upset. I was like, sorry, I got insomnia. Anyway, so some more. Here, let me see if I forgot to tell you anything about the book. It does have a test page in the back. I feel like this is also some kind of squid, or maybe an octopus. This is not a pelican, but this is some sort of seabird. And I feel like this one was featured in The Life of Birds by David Attenborough. And I can't quite remember what seabird it is, but I feel like it is some sort of seabird. I don't want to say shrews. No. See, this, I've seen this animal. It's at the Bronx Zoo, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It's going to drive me crazy. See, this is why I want the animals listed right here, because it's going to drive me crazy, like, as I'm looking through it. I may just, like, go to the back and then write it on the actual pages. This bird, again, I can't remember the name of it. I'm so bad with names, but I remember this bird because it was featured in a special about dinosaurs, because they were trying to figure out how dinosaurs look when they were babies. In that special, and I can't quite remember what the name of the bird was, and they use this bird as an example of a bird, I think, that doesn't look exactly the same when it's a baby than when it's an adult. And they were trying to figure out if dinosaurs look exactly the same when they're babies or when they're adults. Anyway, sorry. This paper does have a really nice tooth, so you can use the colored pencils with it. But I figured since the paper was so like nice and thick that I would use up my watercolor pencils. I tried to use my watercolor pencils whenever I get a book that's really with a thick, like wonderful paper like this, because you know we don't always get good paper for watercolor pencils. So with this paper, I was able to do the watercolor pencils. So I did use the ones you saw earlier that was colored, and that was with the watercolor pencil. The penguin that I think is an Adelie penguin. I think this is a kiwi. I could be wrong. See this? Oh, and that's the other thing that's in this book that I don't know if I mentioned, but this book, there's a spacing in between, so you can actually do the whole page should you want to, and you don't have to fight the binding, which is a problem that we've seen in a lot of books. The Harry Potter book, I feel like was one of the worst examples. Obviously a walrus, moose, or I think more bugs and beetles. Yuck. I usually skip these bugs and beetle pages and don't look at them except when I'm doing the review. I know they're important to the ecosystem. Cuttlefish, maybe? I'm just gonna have to go in the back and show you in the back the animals that are featured by name, because me guessing wrong is not gonna help anybody. Obviously sloth, I know that one, and these are the three-toed sloths. This is a nice bird right here. I love the look on his face. And this is your chameleon, I think. There was another David Attenborough special called Life in Cold Blood that had a chameleon section that was like mad intense. I was like, oh my God. And I don't know if you guys have been watching Planet Earth 2. It's been airing in America lately, and it's so intense. It's not for the faint of heart. Anyway, let's see. We got flying fish, crabs, beetle, narwhal. That's what I thought that was. Poison dart frog, Bactrian camel, sea anemones. See, it tells you which sea anemones, which kinds of, sea sponge, that sort of thing. Let's see, giant squid. Okay, I was right. Okay, that was a fennec fox, or there was a fennec fox in there. I don't know if that's the exact one that I pointed out. The manta ray. Macaroni penguin. That's what it was. It was not a. Here it is. Okapi. That was the one that I said I'd seen in the Bronx Zoo. Elephant shoe, blue-footed booby. I said booby. Sorry. I can't. Hermit crab. Oh my God, my wife and I went to Red Lobster the other day. Well, we ordered out from Red Lobster, and it was so good. And I was watching David Attenborough, the crab section, while we were eating Red Lobster, and I was like, ooh. Anyway. Sorry. I can't. All right. So this is the book, and I hope you guys liked this video. I'm sorry. All right. Oh, the special announcement. See, I almost forgot the announcement. So I think there was some confusion with the last video. Some people thought that I was no longer going to be doing videos. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm still going to be doing videos. It's just that I added the Patreon. If you guys want to donate to the Patreon, and there will be a link up there if you guys want to join me over on Patreon, because I have special videos, and we're going to do, all sorts of special things over there on the Patreon page. As a matter of fact, today, the same day this video launches, there'll be a special video just for the Patreon fans, with some tips on how to do this book and how I did some of the things that I did in this book. So I hope you guys will join me over there, and have a great day. Bye.